Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. For your information, the program will be starting in a few minutes. To all the audience, please stay until the end of this webinar to receive your international e-certificate. We would also like to remind you to turn off your microphone and turn on your camera during the webinar. If you have any inquiries related to this program, please ask during the Q&A session. And for participants in the StreamYard, please unmute your microphone to ask questions. And as for participants in the YouTube, please type out your question in the chat box. You are reminded to use appropriate language while asking your question. And lastly, I would like to remind all of you to fill in the attendance and also the feedback form that will be provided in the YouTube comment section at the end of this webinar. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and salam UiTM di hatiku. I'm Nur Aisyah Safiyah binti Kamasaudin as your host for this evening. I would like to welcome all of you to today's program, which is Academic and Leadership Webinar 2024, The Evolution of Fintech, Transforming Financial Services for the Next Generation by Finance Student Association, FISA, UiTM Chongan Terengganu. We from FISA warmly welcomes everyone to the ceremony this evening. Ladies and gentlemen, let's begin the webinar with blessings from Allah SWT. With this, I would like to invite Megat Iskandar Shah to lead the dua and Al-Quran recitation. With all due respect, please welcome.
Al-Fatiha. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alamin. Wassalatu wassalamu ala asyrafil anbiya'i wal mursalin wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. In the name of Allah, most gracious, most merciful, all praise is due to the Almighty Allah, the cherisher and sustainer of the world. May the peace and mercy of Allah be upon His Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, his family, companions, and followers. Ya Allah, forgive us what we have done in the past, and what we will do in the future, and what we have concealed, and what we have done openly, and what we have exceeded in every single part of our undertakings. You are the bringer forward, and you are the delayer. There is no true God except you. Allahumma ya Hanan, ya Manan, ya Allah. With your mercy and protection, we are able to gather here in conjunction with Academic and Leadership Webinar 2024, cordially hosted by Finance Student Association FISA. In this event, we humbly pray to you, Ya Allah, the Almighty, to increase in knowledge, that this knowledge serve your cause in a way that you accept and let it benefit humanity. Allahumma ja'al jam'ana hadha jam'a marhuma wa tafarruqna min ba'dihi tafarruqa ma'suma. Rabbana zalamna anfusana wa illam taghfir lana wa tarhamna lanakunanna minal khasirin. Ya Allah, let our efforts succeed well and secure success. Make us fulfill our determination, give answer to our prayers, listen to our requests, cause us to obtain the good of this world and the hereafter. Give us much and much more than our expectations. ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار وصلى الله على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وبارك وسلم والحمد لله رب العالمين. I'll read the praises from Surah Al-Furqan. أعوذ بالله. والذين إذا أنفقوا لم يسرفوا ولم يقتروا وكان بين ذلك قواما. And those who, when they spend, are neither extravagant nor niggardly, but hold a medium way between those extremes. Sadaqallahul Azim.
Amin, amin, ya Rabbal Alamin. Thank you to Megat Iskandar Shah for the dua and Al-Quran recitation. The ceremony will be continued with the singing of our national anthem and the university anthem Wawasan Setia Warga UiTM. Please be prepared.
Bersatu kita warga UiTM, kita bangsa perkasa, taat dan setiaku untuk negara, penuh semangat wajar. Kita jangan mudah terlupa pengorbanan perjuangan anak bangsa. Kita jangan mudah terleka kemajuan keamanan yang ada. Kita berterima kasih pada pemimpin-pemimpin negara. Kita rasa penuh bersyukur kerahmatan kemuliaan darinya. Kamilah pendukung pewaris bangsa, kamilah pejabat bangsa Malaysia, kamilah warga berwawasan untuk negaraku.
Without further ado, let us begin the ceremony by inviting and welcoming the respected Dr. Nik Fakrul Hazri Nik Hassan, Head of Program, Faculty of Management and Business, UiTM Changan Terengganu, to give his opening speech. Please welcome.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Thank you to the host of the event, Miss Nur Asyah Shafira, our respected speaker, Dr. Lohai Nasir Mahmud Awadi, Associate Professor from University of Petra, Cik Aswani binti Muhammad Amin, and also Dr. Adila Othman, our club advisor for FISA, and our respected guests, Academic and Leadership Webinar 2024 evaluation panels, lecturers, and the next line of the community members and all the dear guest audience. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Greeting and salam UITM. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alamin. First of all, I would like to say a million thanks to the organizer for inviting me to this program. I also want to extend my infinity gratitude to Allah SWT for His permission that we able to gather ceremony this evening. First of all, I like to thanks to the organizer for inviting me for this program, which aim to explore the advertisement and the future direction of the financial technology, fintechs, and the impact on the financial service industry, and aim to discuss the evolutions of the fintechs, the current trends, and is the potential to transform financial services for the next generation. Congratulations to the organizer who have the work hard to plan and implement the ceremony today. Furthermore, I like to congratulations to the advisor, Aswani binti Muhammad Amin, and also Dr. Adila Osman, and also to the president of PISA and all the community members for their work hard and able to continue the program throughout this semester. And I also glad to see the participant of the student for this evening to hear the sharing session with our special guest regarding to the topic that related to the fintechs. I hope this international collaboration can assist our students to gain more knowledge, especially in fintechs. I feel proud and excited when the students today are able to handle this program. It's great to see the progress achievement by the young generations, especially UITM students, working closely with the international community, and I strongly believe these collaborations with the international speaker can assist this program to go more further. Ladies and gentlemen, I always support webinar program like this and hope that it can continue from the time to time. A program like this is suitable to use as the joint activity that can strengthen the friendship between students and create a new network with the international communities. Congratulations again to the 4 participants in this program. Without further ado, with the lafaz Bismillahirrahmanirrahim, I hereby officially launch this program, Academic and Leadership Webinar 2034. That's all from me. Wabillahi taufiq wa hidayah. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you to all.
Thank you to Young Bruiser Dr. Nick Fakrul Hazri Nick Hassan for the opening speech for our program today. Dearest guests and attendees, I hope everyone is doing in good condition and in perfect health. On this beautiful evening, we are blessed together for the Academic and Leadership Webinar 2024, The Evolution of Fintech, Transforming Financial Services for the Next Generation, organized by FISA UiTM Terengganu. This program aims to explore the advancement and future directions of financial technology, fintech, and its impact on the financial services industry, and aims to discuss the evolution of fintech. and its current trends and the potential to transform financial services for the next generation. As we have come to the important agenda, we will now continue for today's program by inviting Muhammad Aiman bin Muhammad Noor as the moderator of Academic and Leadership webinar, The Evolution of Fintech.
Thank you, Nur Aisyah Safia binti Kamasudin, our Master of Ceremony. Ladies and gentlemen, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and a very good evening. It is my pleasure as moderator for this program. My name is Muhammad Aiman bin Muhammad Noor, and on behalf of the UITM committee, I would like to extend a very welcome to all of you. Today, we have an exciting presentation lined up, and I can assure you, it is one you don't want to miss. Okay, now let me introduce you to our respectful speaker, Dr. Lawai Nasir Al-Hawamdi, Assistant Professor of University of Petra, our Head of Study Center, Dr. Nik Fakrul Hazri Nik Hassan, Head of Program, Faculty of Management and Business, UiTM Cawangan Terengganu, our respectful advisor, Cik Azwani binti Muhammad Azmin, Club Advisor Finance Student Association, and Dr. Adila binti Othman, Club Advisor Finance Student Association. So, the important agenda for today is the sharing session with our respected speaker regarding the topic of the evolution of fintech, transforming financial services for the next generation. Before we begin, everyone, I would like to let you know about a few facts of Dr. Lawai Nasir Al-Hawamdi. We are honored to have with him for today as he is an assistant professor at the University of Petra in Financial Technology. He holds a PhD from Malaysia in 2019. He has a good experience in the field of teaching and many research papers in the field of financial technology. In today's session, Dr. Lawai Nasir Al-Hawamdi will delve deep into the evolution of fintech, transforming financial services for the next generation. This subject is particularly relevant to us because financial technology, or known as fintech, could be the future in financial banking institution or the world itself. So please, everyone, feel free to jot down any question you might have during the presentation, as we are going to have Q&A session after the presentation. And your participation will be most welcome. You can also submit your question through the YouTube chat box. Now, without further ado, it is my great pleasure to hand over the session to our esteemed speaker, Dr. Lawai Nasir Al-Hawamdi. Let's give a warm welcome. Doctor, the session is yours.
Okay, thank you. First of all, Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, and good evening for everyone. Thank you very much for such a kind introduce. I'm very happy that I have you having me in this seminar or webinar. First of all, I would like to thank every one of our brothers and sisters in Malaysia. Once one upon the time, I'm one of them. I were students there, you know. I'm happy to share some knowledge that with everyone, and everything. If I did right, it's from Allah, and if I did the wrong, it's from myself. First of all, as you mentioned in the introductions, that transforming the finance services means we are talking. If we are started talking about fintech, means it's a join from two words, you know, finance and technology, you know. So if we see if the next slide. Fintech is a short word for the finance or financial or and technology, referring to integrate these two kinds or two things together to come out with a wonderful models that to enhance our financial services to deliveries to the customers, and make it available or accessibilities all the time. So, fintech. What is fintech actually? Fintech is a container or so many of applications that helping us to using the financial services or in banking industry or in finance industry in general, such as insurance, banking, or even cryptocurrencies and other kind of application. We will talk about this topic. Not hopefully it will be not boring too much. So I'll talk freestyle. So to make sure everyone following up with me. So in this case, before we talk about the fintech, uh, may I ask when exactly the fintech start? You know, the word of fintech, we're starting to hear about it recently, but actually the concept of fintech, it's if we see the next slide, the concept of fintech is quite not new at all. Fintech also we can consider in 1950s, you know, when started the credit card. It's one of I mean one of channels of the fintech. After that, around 10 years, they came out with the ATM as we know it's right now. I mean, for sure, the ATM in 1960s, not exactly similar with the ATMs right now, but actually the concept is the same. You know, for order for that, it's come out with the electronic channels and platform for the finance in general. Actually, one of the most famous questions that we're asking ourselves usually, uh, which one start before, the fintech or the e-commerce? You know, actually, if we are talking about economy in general, you know, when the things come global, the commerce come global. For sure, definitely the banks need to develop themselves with the new channels that make the customer able to pay online. You know, as we are shopping online today, for sure we cannot pay by the traditional way. So from this point, can we talk about is the fintech starting up? You know, if we see the next slide, please. Actually, the one or the things speeding up the fintech, uh, so many researcher refers to in 2008 when the global financial crisis happened in US, or we can say it in overall the war. You know, the banks. Brother Muhammad, come next slides, please. For the yes, okay. Um, sorry, the previous one. Okay. Okay. So yes. Okay. So when the global financial crisis happened in 2008, it's actually affect too much for the fintech to start up. You know, by other way, by indirect way. You know, when the banks are busy about handling the problem or generating new regularities regarding to the crisis happens. You know, so customers are looking for solutions, and the basic solutions is come out from the small company, which is give technology solutions for which is the traditional banks are unable to offer these solutions. No, so at the same time, companies, small companies such as a PayPal or other companies, you know, right nowadays it's very famous. It's starting up from there to give a solution for the customer. So while this happening, you know, for sure the crisis is affect all the wall, but still the clients they need to use the financial services. So when we see the reason behind, we can see in the next slide, the reason behind why the traditional finance system and the traditional banking give the chance or open the gate for the fintech to introduce still for our, I mean, for us as a client, because in that time the traditional finance system or banking fail to provide the efficiency for the customer. And one more thing is very important. Always the issue of accessibility for the traditional finance is not available all the time, 24 hour or 7. Plus, we can know, I mean, everyone knows that the traditional ways of or how to handling the banks and the finance is cost very high cost comparing with the finance and fintech, sorry, and later on we will talk about the cost in fintech. Plus, in the next slide, we can see the securities issues for the traditional finance or system, transparency, and they have lack of transparencies. We have some hidden fees as a traditional banking system doing and we have slow innovations in the traditional banking. So now we talk about the fintech ecosystem, and in the next slide we can see the fintech ecosystems is including the starting up for the technologies companies providing for us or for the financial institutions as a magic technique or solutions that we are really needed as a customer. You know, nowadays when the age of internet, I mean, start a customer or clients, their needs also different than before. You know, so they need to reach to the their account number not only during the working days or times. You know, right now in Jordan we have holiday. I mean, Chuti Raya. You know? So imagine that we are still dependent on the traditional banking system. So means in this whole 1 week, I cannot do any transactions because the bank is closed, right? So imagine if one company can give you solutions that even during the holiday that you can reach for, I mean, you can still do your transactions in banking or other financial institutions or matters, you know. So uh, how to achieve that? Actually, in the next slide we can see we are achieving that to provide e-services channels, you know, e-channels for the service to provide the services as a finance institutions or even the bank. By the way, brothers and sisters, nowadays, if we talk about financial industry or banking industry, so doesn't mean we're talking about banks only, the big name of banks that we know, you know. There is a small company or even telecommunications company, they are doing the, I mean, providing the services same with the banks. So this is all about the applications in the fintech. The application is in the fintech is including the mobile payments, P2P or peer-to-peer lending. No, robo advisor. You know, right now, if we, I mean, before we used to call the bank or the financial institutions to ask about something. We used to wait for the, someone to answer us, which we call it, customer services. But right now, with the evolutions of finance and mix up with the technology, the robo advisor can answer us and give us the solutions. Also, we never forget talk about the blockchain. The blockchain is a very huge technology or techniques. It's speeding up the fintech adopt in overall the world. Insurance, the insurance, the traditional one, now we call it insure tech, and reg tech regarding to, it's short for the regulations tech, technology, and the personal finance, management. As we see, everyone knows about m-banking or mobile banking, digital wallets, and peer-to-peer. That we talk later on. We talk about that in details, and maybe we will shift this slides for the question and answer. So if we see the slides of the key innovations of I mean the next one, please. Yes. Okay. So I would like to talk about the key innovations in fintech, so which is including the blockchain technology. Blockchain technology, actually, it's from the name of that. It's a block of huge, data or information to be built up by the user himself or herself. By means we are building our first block in this chain using our own information, such as brother, if you go to the next slide, please. Yes. Okay. Nowadays, once we are talking about mobile payments and digital wallets or whatever, means that we are doing our payments or transfer the money or transactions the money by our own self, using only need to be connected with the internet and need to have smartphone or computer. So who can monitor this information? So by the techniques of blockchain, means as the first user, it could be me or you or one of you, it will build up the first block of this chain by entering your name, your ID, password, blah blah, like the amount that you need to transfer, the directions of transform, or even the account number and the amount. So all this, it's contains the block, and this block, it's a chain connected to thousand or maybe millions of devices over all the world. So it makes sure for the enhance the security and the transparency and the decentralized. This is the most important thing, which is means because I know Malaysia very well. So imagine I'm staying in, which is I already stayed before that in Kedah. So I have imagine that I have something to do in KL. Can I will travel for 6 hours to do it. So when we talk about a blockchain, it's make the transactions decentralized, means I can do it wherever, whenever I want, even in other states. Or so that's what we call it, to convenience of the clients. So the next slide is talking about AI. Everyone know AI and machine learning. So how does that help in our fintech? So do you know that the information, the data itself, the importance of data come from the sector or the data? What about it? Once we talk about the financial data, it's very important because it's related to the money. So it must be some tools helping us once we are shifting or transformed from the traditional banking to the digital banking. So must be some tools helping us to detect the fraud or even the mistakes, or even the to make sure that secure the financial information and data and products. So we use the AI and machine learning for assistance the customer to make sure our account is secure and safe, our money is secure and safe. So the next slide also we can see, which we call it API, or applications program interface. So Usually when I'm talking to when I talk to my students about mobile banking or online banking, the first come to their mind it's about only website, and from that website we can use we can check our account balance, or even we can, it's not only about a good website can do all the, I mean, the online banking or the internet banking or even the fintech. So yes, we need the API or the application program interface to communicate with the clients, which we call it exactly like the stuff when we go to the traditional or the physical branch in the bank, front desk, I mean, people that talking to us. This is what we call it in the Fintech application or program interfaces. This is also kind of providing for us the financial services, enabling the new business models to communicate with us. So again, we talk about Brother Mohammed. If I cross my time, just remind me, please. Okay. So how about the data, the big data? Okay, may I ask, when is the data start? We start heard about the data analysis or analytic or whatever, I mean recently, but actually the data it's starting from the, I mean the early beginning when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created the earth. You know, this is all the data, but our problem before, we cannot use this data because we cannot save this data, you know, because a huge number of data. That's why we came out with the big data, providing a better decision making by using the data or the time series, the history data, and to helping us to, I mean, sharp new good decision for the clients. Also, after we talk about all this, may the people that hearing me said, "Oh wow, this is the." I mean, in the next slides, we said we can the sound like this is a magic things. The fintech, is the fintech have advantage and disadvantage? Yes, such as other sciences in the world. Yes, fintech have advantage and disadvantage. So, but for me, I can claim that the benefits of fintech is much more than the disadvantage, such as giving us the convenience experience for the customer. Also, it's consuming to lower the cost of operations, the financial institutions. But also, we talk about the advantage in details. For the next slide, we say the convenience of the customer. As I mentioned before, during the holidays or during even the, I mean, after the working hours, you know, most of the country they're working from 8 to 4 or 8 to 3 or 8 to 4 to 5. So after that, imagine I'm working somewhere. I finish my work at 4 p.m. Then the bank also finish at 4 p.m. So how could I do the transaction? So the convenience, if you see the next slide, the convenience of accessibilities for the 24/7 to access for your financial services by using only the mobile app or even the smartphone. Also reducing the cost. Reducing the cost is only not only about to pay the salary for your employees. No, sometimes the mistake that human being do it, you know, for sure need to redo this. Redoing, I mean, the mistake or the work, it's causing us some extra work, extra paperwork, and maybe we need to pay overtime for the our stuff, you know. So by using the fintech apps, we can reducing the cost. Even we can reduce the piece of operational cost. Also, we talk about one more thing is important. Nowadays, people are living in, I mean, rushing lifestyle, not like before. I don't have time to relax and go for queue, standing for the queue to just get what I want from the bank. So by using the fintech, it's giving us the chance to make it, the processing is fast. about the transactions, our services, I mean financial services, also developments of new services. Always, it's opened the door. I mean, to the in new developments of in new products or services that clients need it or the customer needs. The financial inclusions. I mean, this is a very huge, I mean, word, or it could be a very big area and the most important or impact factor for the using the fintech. Everyone know, and uh, not all, I mean, not everyone have account or bank account. There's a study said around overall the world there is 2 billion people, unbanked people. They don't have account number, they don't have account, bank account, or even they cannot use the I mean the services or financial services. So by using the fintech, now everyone able to open his account, able to open his digital wallets. I mean, can transfer some money or receive money, or even using the the financial e-services. So the next slide is talking about disadvantage. To be fair enough, one of the disadvantage facing the fintech is the regularities. Actually, once we have new trend things, even it's not really new, but it's still clashing with the law and regulators, because it's considered like they need to come out with regulators. I mean, regulations is suitable with the fintech and the new channels or e-channels of services, and also the disadvantage of data privacy. Yes, we know that security, I mean cyber security, it's working very hard to secure our data. I mean, especially financial data, but still we open our information, I mean, globally by using the internet banking. So it's a really challenging for the fintech to secure the privacy. And also the technology is very fast. It's every day we have a new technology, every day we have new apps, every day. To catch up this, I mean, new upgrading is quite one of the disadvantage of this technology. So now we talk about, in the next slide, we talk about the future of fintech for the banking institutions. Before that, people was talking about in the future. In the future, we need we need banking, but we don't need bank anymore. So the fintech will be continue, I mean, create the future of banking by digitalization the transactions or the banking itself. Also, what we call it DeFi, or decentralized the fintech. So as we are providing the solutions globally for the financial inclusions and other financial services. So for the next slide, digital transformation of banks. So now we can see, I mean, it's very clear for everyone, the banks, right? I mean, nowadays it's not like before. I mean, not like even before 5 years or 10 years. By the way, I mean, one thing for us to be proud about it, Malaysia is one of the developed country in the digital banks, which is myself. I use the digital services or e-banking or m-banking in Malaysia 10 years ago, which is in another country, they just produce these things, So I'm pretty sure you understand what I mean by banks will invest always in digital platforms to always increasing the abilities of using the mobile apps to enhance the customer experience, and for sure to make sure the client or the customer can reach for our services as a bank during the 24/7. It's always also, it's not only to enhance the customer experience, but always to increase our revenues, because we as much as we can take more customer. So for sure, our revenues will be increasing more. So next slide, we'll talk about traditional banks will always partner with the fintech to start up. Yes, to integrating the technology with the the previous system or traditional system that they're using, because if the banks not do that, there's some other companies like telecommunications company right now, DG or whatever the telecommunications company providing for us. Before that, we know about telecommunications company. It's only about making call or sending SMS or whatever. But right now, they are providing e-wallets. In Jordan, for example, one of the big companies of telecommunications company, they are providing. You can open an account, digital wallets, and even you can take a personal loan. And they are working on to provide a credit card. It's when we hear all this kind of e-services, we are talking about the traditional banks, works before, but now the other companies are doing this services because of because of the fintech. The next slide is talking about more financial products. It's giving us services offering the blockchain. Blockchain is imagine that we can borrow or lend some money using the digital currencies or cryptocurrencies. So without the traditional bank or even without the third party that's we know it before. This techniques which is starting up with something that they call it a crowdfunding. Imagine that we are in the same room right now. Let's say we have 200 students in one room. Everyone have 100 ringgit. So we combine it together, put it in one platform in the internet, and we start to invest it by giving a loan for others, without knowing their name even. The borrowers, it's just what we call it the smart contract. We put our term and condition. If anyone meet that term and condition, they can get the loan, and they pay back with the interest. So the next one is the enhance the personalizations by using the AI. The big data will use my own information, my own interest, my own data to give indicators to the bank or the services providers to provide or to customize my own services. For example, I can give you as a bank, I can provide for customer A service which is suitable for him, but it's not suitable for B person. One of the example I always talk about to my students when I'm in Malaysia. We used to buy from the mall for using the membership card. That membership card will record your information, the amount you spend, the time, the period, the items you buy. Imagine that you have a baby with 3 years old, 3 months old, and you buy some kind of milk. After 3 months, that milk is not suitable for him because by age. Immediately, from the AI, using the AI and the big data analysis, you will receive the message from the mall that we have offered for to your baby new milk suitable for the 6 months old. This all we're talking about how to gather the data and use it for the good experience for the enhancing the experience for the customer. The next slide, improve the security. The security always this is the matter we consider about. It's very important to protect our, as we mentioned before. I don't want to take a long time. And next slide also we cover it. We move to the next for the global financial inclusion. Please, yes, okay. So the fintech is definitely playing the good rules in providing the financial services for the unbanked people. So which is everyone can include in this financial inclusions. So everyone in the world can use the finance, can use the services or the e-services of financial institutions, as we mentioned. That uh, again, the next slide is talking about how the institutions of finance must adapt to the fintech. So, as I mentioned before, they must adapt. If not adapt for this, the other company, the small companies will take over their places. I mean, the bank. Imagine the bank established before 100 years. It will be kicked out from the market by a small company because refused to adapt with the fintech. Also, the digital transformation, innovations, the security, the compliance of the regularities for the government to make sure that the financial institutions are following the rules and doing the good things, or for the customer, or even they not charge the customer more fees. So the next slide is the talk about fintech continues to involve the traditional finance services, but they increasing some new services. I mean, which founded by after using the artificial intelligence or AI, and even by using the internet. From Jordan here, the most good example. I'm right now from Jordan. My local time, 10:22. I'm giving, speak to my brother and sisters in Malaysia, different time, but we can still see each other and communicate. Imagine this, we apply it in the financial, institutions. So that's what the fintech, how the fintech work. So next slide. I believe I cover with a short topic. I hope it's not boring, and I'm willing to hear anything from you.
All right, everyone.
Yeah.
Thank you, Dr. Lawai Nasir Al-Hawamdi, for the sharing just now. Wow, I would say there's a lot of input for us, which is fruitful, and I hope that all of us will be able to gain more knowledge on evolution of fintech, its current trends, and maybe its potential to transform the financial services for the next generation. That have been presented by Dr. just now. So, before we end our sharing session with Dr. Loai, we are open for Q&A session for the audiences. So, for the participant in the StreamYard, you may unmute your microphone to ask questions. And as for the participants in YouTube, please type your question in the chat box. Now, Doctor, it seems like we have plenty of questions over here. So, allow me to pick a few of it, all right? Because I think everyone is interested in this topic, especially
Thank you so
presenter.
much.
Okay, so the first one we have Nur Hazira.
Yes.
Assalamualaikum, Doctor. My question is how the fintech can help develop the countries, and what are the main challenges in integrating fintech with the traditional financial system? Can you explain, Doctor?
Thank you very much for this such a kind of nice questions. Actually, in regard of that, if I'm not mistaken, what I understand is how the fintech can contribute to develop the countries. So for sure, from this point, we can talk about the financial inclusions. So once we starting to the more transactions of finance, the more of interest, the more of let's say we call it revenues. So for sure, nowadays we can see a very young generations, or because of the fintech, they are using, the internet, to sell and buy things from home. It's creating new job. for a lot of people. And the other part of the question, please. The second part of the questions. Oh yeah, how to integrate? Okay, how to integrate with the traditional system. For sure, as we mentioned just now, it's actually from the name of fintech. It's a finance. I mean, finance. The finance is the most important things, right? So how to integrate is actually at the back end system. Channels.
Dot,
I mean,
dot,
yeah.
I'm sorry. I think your connection just cut off just now. Can you
Uh,
repeat again?
Okay, so how to integrate the fintech with the traditional system in banks? As we mentioned, is the back end system is still the same. The banks are working at the same way at the back end system, but the different things is the way that we providing our services to the clients or the customer. The integration of the fintech and the traditional banking system, it's very simple. We can do it. If you refer to my slides, you can see the apps that making us. I mean, especially the application program interface. That's the one of the way how to integrate.
Okay,
Yeah.
I hope that answered the question from Nur Hazira. So, Doctor, we move on to the next question.
Yes.
From Sabrina Iliana Balkis, her name. So the question will be, Doctor, how has the evolution of fintech actually transformed the financial services?
Okay. In this case, I would like to talk about when COVID-19 happens. Everyone remember. No
Yes,
one can go out from home. It's a lockdown. Everywhere. For months. Imagine. Actually, my opinion is one of the main factor make it speed up the fintech is the COVID-19. So how the fintech transformation? Yes, this is the question, right? The yeah. So it's uh, enabling us to use the applications by using the internet, by using our smartphone to pay our bill, buy an order, or even pay our tuition fees, or even donate sometimes. So yeah, it's a huge transformation from the traditional way to the digital banks right now. I hope I covered the question. Yeah.
yes, I think you definitely covered the question, Dr. Loy. Okay, so for the next question, I will choose next question from, okay, Nur Irdina Mardia. So, hello, Doctor. My question is, what could be the possible challenges for companies that adapt this fintech in their business? What would you say, Doctor?
Actually, for the companies of, the financial companies, it's we can make it to two categories. The small one, the main challenge is to catch up the new technology, which is, I do agree, the first installments of the new technology, it will be costly a little bit, means the cost of how to transform from the traditional way to the digital way. It will first of all will be cost for the first time infrastructure of technology, and then will be actually cutting the cost with the time. For the big company, they need to competitive with the banks, so, and they need to provide a cyber security system, which is always costly. And one more thing, the most common challenge to adopt, it's to train your employees for the new technology. Yeah, so you need to always provide training course for the employees. Yeah.
All right. So train our employees to adapt with this new technology,
Yeah,
which will include cost, I will say, isn't it,
exactly.
Doctor?
Yeah.
All right. Okay. So for the next question, Doctor, um, oh, the same person again from Nur Hazira. Um, how will be fintech evolution change the banking industry?
Yeah, it's already been changed actually. Yeah,
Yes.
um, uh, as we mentioned, the fintech technology or evolutions has changed the banks. So by decreasing the fees they're charging for the e-services, the availability of the services, as I said just now, 24/7, and also so many banks they decrease the number of the branches, of physical branches. They don't need any more physical branches. They just provide applications. They provide a one ATM machine can replace for you your credit card and sorry, one machine can withdraw money, can deposit money, a check, and even changing for you. I mean, your credit card, replace your credit card, or even open account from home. So yeah, it changed a lot of things in the banks. Also, they replace their stuff, some of their stuff, with machines. Yeah,
All right. Okay. Understood. Thank you, Doctor, for the beautiful explanation on the machines. Okay. So for next question from Akilah Nasruddin. Okay. Hello, Doctor. In the long run, do you think that fintech companies can replace the banks like in Malaysia? Because in Malaysia, we have our banking institutions such as Maybank, CIMB, Public Bank, and Hong Leong Bank, and whatnot. I think you familiar too with the banks in
yeah,
Malaysia, right, Doctor?
yeah.
What would you say?
Actually, okay. In the long term, actually, as I mentioned just now, during I staying in Malaysia, I used some fintech tools and applications 10 years, 15 years ago, 10 years ago. I came to Malaysia in 2007, I think, 2000, yeah, 2000, early of 2007, 2007 lah, bulan 2. Yeah, actually, after a few years, I can use the applications of CIMB banks. So many features. Or, for example, I'm familiar with CIMB banks more. I think the banks starting early to already invest in the fintech. As I mentioned before, if they not involve or adapt to the fintech, they will be kicked out from the market, by other companies. So yes, for the long term, I think, as some famous researcher and experts in fintech said, one day we only need banking, but we don't need any banks anymore. So it will be a fully open digital banks. Yeah, I think, yeah, I think already it starts to affect a long time ago, and we will see more changing in the future of the traditional banks in Malaysia or in overall the world. Maybe you will not see the physical branches anymore.
Okay, if that's so, Doctor, this is a question for myself in
Okay.
regarding this question. Then what will happen to the employees of that works in this financial institution? What will you see, Doctor? Are they gonna lose their job if the physical branch are not there anymore? Yes.
Thank
What
you
would
very much for this question. Actually, the human being involvements will never end. Even if we are converted our transfer to fully digital, we still need a human being, at least in the back end system. This is the first thing. The second thing, there is so many chances will be created for the new generations, but with different skills than the traditional one we know, such as, for example, now the university start to graduate students from university are holding degree in fintech, definitely, for AI, for cybersecurity. So I can say will be the replaced will be for the skills and the area for not only, not for the human being itself. Yeah, they will still have their job, but by different skills and different missions.
All right. Thank you very much, Dr.
You're
Loy,
welcome.
for the explanation just now. Because I'm afraid that if we invent the AI, then the AI will take over our jobs. So yeah, that's my inner thought. Okay. All right. So for the last question, Doctor, because I think we
Yeah.
already have many questions from Latif Muhammad. Salam, Doctor. My question is, what is the guarantee of this fintech to avoid any scams or fraudulent of users' data? What will you say, Dr. Lawai?
Actually, one of the challenging of the fintech adoption is to secure the privacy of, financial data. As I mentioned before, the data importance is come from because of this data related to the finance or the money. So I do believe we reach to a very advanced level in fintech to secure our data. I'll give you an example. There's word in the fintech said the real-time transactions. Last time we know that if I want to buy something by using the credit card, sorry, so it will take the transactions to be done 3 days, working days, right? Or maybe they will lock the amount or floating amount, and then after that they will take this amount from your account, transfer to the company that you buy. Imagine I want to buy flight tickets right now to fly to Malaysia on the spot. So could I wait 3 days? Last time I remember during using the website, they will not allow you to use the credit card or the method of payments by credit cards if you want to fly before or less than 24 hours. So why we need 24 hours? This 24 hours to check back with your information or the credit card information. But right now, when we talk about the real-time transactions, you can buy the ticket in the spot because it's connect direct. At the same time to your account by using the blockchain techniques and the others. Yes, I believe the answer of the question, yes, we reach a very advanced level of secure our privacy for financial data.
Thank you very much, Dr. Lawai, for your explanation just now. Doctor, I would like to ask for your opinion. Are you okay if we take around one or two questions? Two more
Um,
questions, if you don't
uh,
mind.
okay, okay, no
Are you
problem.
sure?
Yeah.
All right. Okay. If that's so, there is one question from Rosmaiza Abdul Ghani. All right. Hi, Dr. Loy. Assalamualaikum. I've been pondering about a society that is highly skeptical of cybersecurity and continues to uphold traditional ways of life. They may encounter significant challenges in the fintech era. So, will this group or community will be left out and face major challenges in adapting to the changing world? Won't it be like forcing them to compromise their principle? Yeah, this question quite.
This question came from a professional person, actually. Thank you, Dr. Rose. Yeah, actually, yeah, in regard of that, as we everyone know, and the challenging of changing the way. Actually, right now I'm teaching one subject, call it digital transformation management. And the most important or the most hard part of transformation, uh, uh, it is to change the attitude of a human being to adopt this kind of new technology. And one of the, can you please, lift the question at the screen so I can, yeah. So, because, yeah, okay. So how to integrate this, our lifestyle, traditional lifestyle with the new there is a big gap actually between our real lifestyle with and that transforming our the digital transformation that we are adopting right now. We can fill this gap by increasing the awareness of the customer, the people about to increase the awareness of the benefits of e-banking and the fintech, and to also providing the your rights, and for sure the fintech is increasing the transparency of the transactions. I hope I give an answer for your question, Doctor, correctly. I hope so.
I hope Dr. Loai answer your question, Wan Rosmaiza. Okay. Oh, and Doctor, our participant just now reply, thank you, Doctor. I understood. Thank you very much. Okay. And Doctor, one more from our participant, Akila Nasruddin. She asked for your advice to advise us, the audiences and the participants, on careers in fintech. Will you mind, Doctor?
Sorry, again, please.
Um, please advise careers in fintech. Uh,
Okay, uh, can you ask for? If she could or he or she could provide
all right. Okay.
more information.
If from my understanding, she
Ah,
basically asked for what could be the job opportunities for us humans in this financial technology job.
okay,
Job.
sure. Yeah. Okay. If that the questions. Actually, fintech is opening huge chances for the coming generations uh, to join this. Innovations such as cyber. For example, based on the fintech, there is so many programs starting to in so many universities: cybersecurity, AI, and machine learning, IoT, Internet of Things, fintech, and insurtech. Insurance technology, and even the law technology. There is all talking about how together to come out with us 100 of a new job with new skills, and a new era.
All right. Thank you very much, Dr. Loai. So I think that is all. That is all from us. Okay. So no more question will be taken as Doctor already answered many or plenty of questions. So Doctor, I will say that it's been a journey that we had from the start of the program until the end of our question and answer session. So I would like to say that thank you, Doctor. And thank you for the participants out there for contribute your time and commitment watching our YouTube session. So with the end of the Q&A session with Dr. Loai Nasir Al-Hawamdeh, I ended my job as a moderator on this program. Thank you, and I will
Thank you very
hand
much.
this ceremony to our host, Nur Aisha Safia binti Kamasaudin.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much to our respected speaker, Dr. Luai Nasir Al-Hawamdi, for the sharing session just now, and also thank you to Aiman for being our moderator for today. So, dearest guests and attendees, before we end this program, we would like to invite Nur Sofia Adlina binti Saifulizan, the project leader of Academic and Leadership Webinar 2024, The Evolution of Fintech, Transforming Financial Services for the Next Generation, to give her speech. Please welcome. Alright, dengar tak suara? Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Thank you to our MC, Nur Aisyah Safia binti Kamsudin. The respected Yang Berhormat Dr. Nik Fakrul Nik Hassan, Head of Program Faculty of Management and Business, UiTM Cawangan Terengganu. And to our respected speaker just now, Dr. Loi Nasir Mahmud Alhamdeh, Assistant Professor in Faculty of Finance in University of Petra, and also to our advisor, Cik Azwani binti Muhammad Azmin, and also Dr. Adila, and all participate and respectful guests of Academy and Leadership webinar. Dearest guests and audience for today, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and greeting and salam UiTM di hatiku. Alhamdulillah, let's all express our thankfulness to Allah Subhanahu Wa Taala for granting us to join on this peaceful evening in Academy and Leadership Webinar 2024 for the evaluation of fintech transforming financial service for next generation. As the head of programmer, I would like to thank UiT management and also the advisor of Finance Student Association, FISA, Cik Azwani binti Muhammad Azmin, and all the participant and committee member who directly and indirectly involved in the successful of this program. There are many ensure and have contributed significant to the successful of the program. Without them, I may not be able to complete this program independently. And Alhamdulillah, this program was well welcomed thanks to our audience and also our speaker. The primary purpose of this program is to explore the advancement and the future direction of financial technology fintech and its impact of financial industry and financial service industry, and discuss the evaluation of fintech in the current trend and its potential to transform the financial service for the next generation. Respectful ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate everyone's help and cooperation in making this program become successful. Alhamdulillah. Being a program leader is not easy, but I learned a lot through this position as I am UiTM student, and also this has involved experience for me and also our team members. It gave a chance. I would like to if given a chance, I would like to occupy this role in this following program, inshallah. I would like to express my heartfelt gratitude to our committee who work tirelessly and consistently to ensure the program runs successfully. Even though they are all packed with their academic responsibility, they all do their duties efficiently and fast. Well done and congratulations to all. And finally, I hope this cooperation and commitment can be continued for the future program. With that, Wabillahi taufiq wa hidayah. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. And thank you. Thank you to Nurse Sofia Adila binti Saifulizan for the heartwarming closing speech just now. Now, as we embark on the end of our program, we would like to thank our guests of honor, moderator, and also panelists for your time and valuable contribution in giving an insightful talk for today. To all participants, thank you for your active participation and cooperation towards this event. We would like to apologize for any inconvenience that occurs throughout this program. All of the participants are reminded to click on the e-certificate and feedback link provided in the chat box on the YouTube session. Please fill in the form in order to receive your participation certificate. Before we put this program to the end, let us all celebrate it with a photography session. Everyone, once again, please turn on your camera and we will begin the photography session. Okay, so you ready? 1, 2, 3. Okay, one more. 1, 2, 3. All right. So thank you so much for all of your time, and we believe that all of us have done our best to ensure such a smooth outcome for today's occasion. And with that, we end the program today with wabillahi taufiq wa hidayah. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you very much, Dr. Loai. I appreciate for your time. We appreciate for your time.
Terima kasih banyak-banyak. Harap I bagi info yang betul lah.
Thank you,
InsyaAllah.
Doctor. Until we meet again.